Twitch. Welcome to another Friday stream from the store. I'm going to move this camera this way a little bit. I'm going to move the phone camera, the TikTok one, up this way. I forgot I did not check the sound, so I want to check the sound, make sure we're good to go. I think we probably should be good. So Fridays, oh no, I forgot to choose a topic for today. So if anyone has a topic, if you're joining on TikTok or here on YouTube or Facebook, Twitch, if you have a topic for today, I'll do some crowdsourcing for a topic. If not, I'm sure I can think of one when we get there. But I'm going to check the audio. It says we're live on YouTube. I'm going to double check. I can hear myself. Yeah, we're there. Probably heard a little echo there for a second. So welcome to our Friday streams. We do this every Friday in the store. If you are in the LA area and you want to come join us on one of these streams, send me a message. Anyone can come join. Obviously, we are a family-friendly game store, so our content is family-friendly focused. We talk about a lot of tabletop games, so anything from D&D to collectible card games to board games. My background and my experience is mostly on board games, so that's usually what I tend to gravitate towards as far as topics and conversations go. So again, we do this every Friday in the store. Just before we open, I try to do it at 10 a.m. every Friday, but today I had some things to do in the morning. We had to send some orders out, and I wanted to go to the gym, so we got to push our live streams push back a little bit. So it's almost 11 now. We'll do this for like 30 minutes. I like to share some updates in the store. I like to do maybe some other fun stuff, and then we usually have a topic for the day. So I'll think of a topic, and if you're watching, feel free to just say hi. Welcome to the stream. I see we have a few people watching. I have my monitor over there, so I kind of look over there. If someone chats, I have to look over on the monitor. But we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So if you're watching, let me know where you're watching from, because you could be on any of those channels. And if you have a topic for today, if you want me to talk about something specific for our chat today, let me know. Last week I talked about how I decide what products to source for our store. So I talked about the different games we carry and how I determine what games to carry, and also talked about just other products, like what other products we have, like our plushies and why we do that, or our anime figures, puzzles, and stuff like that. So let's start with some updates. We started our events in the store. Hi, Ebby Guy. Thank you for joining here on TikTok. So events, we have 3 each week, and I talked about this on our live stream last week, so I'm not going to go over details exactly what the events are. Just a brief overview. You can always go to our website on the events and programs tab and check that out. Meeple Junction Games, thank you for joining on TikTok here. So we had our first D&D night, which was super awesome, a good success, or it was successful. Hi Zanmania, thank you for joining. GBW Studios, thank you for joining here on TikTok. Silent TGGG, thank you for joining. So we had our first D&D night last night. We do that every Thursday. We're going to do it every Thursday until the end of June for sure. We will probably continue it if it is the same as last night. If we have at least a couple groups, or at least one group even, we'll host one group if we have that for Thursday nights. We had 2 groups, 2 DMs, and 12 players. So we had 6 players, 1 DM each. I DM'd kind of yesterday. I had the help of someone who was really, really awesome, Elizabeth, who helped with character creation, because I don't know D&D as well as a lot of other DMs or players. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of players out there that know it better than me as I was DMing. So it was really helpful to have Elizabeth's help as far as creating characters. So I DM'd, and I've only DM'd once before, and so I'm kind of happy because I was not prepared. We were really hoping to have like DMs that come to the store and they're ready to DM, or they have some materials they can help find games, or they can join a game that's already going. But we only had one DM, so I was the second DM yesterday, and which was nice because most of the day was spent on character creation, and then I ran like a 30-minute start of a campaign, which was perfect because I think it gave players just enough idea of what to expect. We had 3 new players and 1 or 2 players who have only played once, and then 1 player, Elizabeth, who helped with like the character creation and everything. That was my group. The other group were mostly experienced players where they have played at least a few times. So we separated it that way just because me as a DM, I wanted players, if I'm going to be the DM, which I probably will DM for next week as well. I don't know, after starting in June, we should have another DM take over. But I wanted players that were new because I am a new DM and I don't know all the rules. So it's I think better that way. So again, say hi if you're joining from YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, or wherever you're watching from. We're here on TikTok too, so you can drop a comment, say hello. We're going to talk about a specific topic related to tabletop games. Last week, we talked about how we decide what products to carry in our store. This week, I don't have a topic. I totally forgot. I've been trying to brainstorm topics all morning, and I don't know why. I just never got one that came to my mind that was a good one. So if you have a topic and you have an idea of what you'd like me to talk about today, let me know. Hi, Philip Morgan. Thank you for joining on TikTok here. Also, Panera has a really great coffee subscription. I always talk about this if I'm drinking coffee on my streams, and it kind of feels like I'm plugging for Panera, but it's $12.99 unlimited coffee at Panera. Hey, Scanner School. Hi, Phil. Thank you for joining. Hey, Foul Ploy. Thank you for joining here on TikTok. Again, see a few people. I put this up on the screen here. You cannot see it on TikTok because TikTok's separate from what we're streaming with the camera. So if you want to watch on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, you can. What's up, Phil? Grace said she's watching from YouTube, so welcome, Grace. So that was D&D. That was last night. It was really successful. I'm happy. Like, we had 15 people come, and if we can do that every Thursday, that would be really great. We can continue doing our D&D. We have enough for one more group on Thursday, so 15. Well, 18 is the number we have for RSVPs. We can squeeze a couple more people in if we have like players that are really interested and we're full. We can make it work to up to probably 20 people. So we were almost full yesterday. And then what else do we have? Our board game event was last Saturday, so I talked about that on our live stream last Friday, that we have our first one. So we had our first one. We had a group come in, which was really cool. It was awesome to see some games played in the store. We've had people trickle in here and there playing games, and well, mainly friends or people I know come to play games as of now, but the board game event, D&D, are bringing in players that I don't know firsthand. So that's been pretty cool to see that. We had a lot of people playing in the store the grand opening weekend. And again, this is only our second full week open. So we're still very new. We're still getting our bearings together. What's up, Rob? Thank you for joining. How are you on another work break this week too? So board game, and that is from 2 to 6 every Saturday. It's very, again, community centered, where you come in, you bring a game if you want to play it, or you maybe want to meet new players, learn new games, you can come play. We have a board game library with over 100 games currently in our store. We have probably like 200 total, close to 200 total. So we kind of going to try to rotate them in and out. We're always going to be adding new games to our library as well. Those games you can rent for the week. So those are just some things that are going on in our store. Let's see. I can't tell. I wonder if because the other camera's right here, and I'm always looking at TikTok here. So I wonder if it looks weird that I'm looking up at the wrong camera. We haven't, and then the other event we do are Sundays. So Pokemon days are Sundays. I'm really excited for Giving Elephant. If you're watching on, he's on Instagram. He is on TikTok too. Oh yeah, he has a new TikTok account. So if you're on TikTok, you can search Giving Elephant. He does a lot of Pokemon giveaways and other giveaways. So if you are interested in following him, he does giveaways for Pokemon cards and stuff like that. He's going to be helping host our first Pokemon meetup on Sunday. So I'm really excited to see who comes out. We've had a lot of younger players for the most part. Well, we've had a mix. We've had a good mix, I think. Younger players like my age with Pokemon. Well, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't say players, but at least collectors or players. So they come in to buy Pokemon. Would be like younger players or younger kids, and then maybe people my age. All right, so I have to think of a topic for today. Again, last week I talked about how I decide what products to carry for our store. So our topics. Hi, Bowser. Thank you for joining. Our topics are not necessarily have to be related to like the business side of a tabletop game store. They can be fun topics. I guess one thing I do want to mention is you can see, it's kind of hard to see. You can see it on TikTok pretty okay. But I always like to throw up a new game behind me, one that we kind of got in the store, Meeples and Monsters. If you've played this, let me know. I've played it a couple times now. It's really... Thanks, Phil. Thanks for joining. We'll see you tomorrow. It's a cool bag builder. So maybe that's something that's a good topic today. We'll talk about board game mechanics. So I'll share maybe a few board game mechanics, and we'll start with this game. And if you have questions about some board games and what mechanics might be in those games, let me know. Or if you have a favorite board game mechanic, share that too. So also, if you're watching the replay, you can always comment and share your favorite board game or board game mechanic. So board game mechanics are what make up a game. They're the different aspects or ways that the game, the ways you interact with the game. So Meeples and Monsters has two main board game mechanics, and the first one is called a bag builder. So bag builder is where you put a bunch of components inside a bag and you draw out to do something with those components. Let's reword that. So a bag builder, you start with an empty bag and you add things to your bag, and usually it's like a token, and the token has a specific action you can do when you use it. So, for example, in Meeples and Monsters, you're adding meeples, and meeples are like little people that you use in board games. If you've played Monopoly, those are kind of meeples. Those pieces you move around, that's like a meeple. Really, a meeple though is the cutout of a person. That's a meeple. Like this guy. This guy's a meeple. I don't know if there's a... You can see on the back of the box there, the white and black pieces. Those are meeples. If you're not familiar with what a meeple is, if you're a board game player, you're probably pretty familiar with what that is. If not, it's a very strange word. It's people with an M. So you add those meeples, and those meeples do something in the game. So that is how monsters and meeples work. In a bag builder, again, you're adding different components. And so maybe you want to add some blue meeples because the blue meeples do something special, and some yellow meeples because the yellow meeples do something special. So when you draw some components or the meeples out of the bag, you get to do something with those components. So Ronnie, Miha, thank you for joining here on TikTok. So board game mechanics is kind of our topic for today. Is kind of made up on the fly, and every week we have a topic. So the other main component of we got a delivery.
Sorry, dude, I'm almost positive that's not you.
Yeah, it's not good.
But this one is you, but the wrong address.
Okay.
Probably isn't.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. All right. That's what we get for streaming in the store. We get some deliveries that come in. We got just the postman come drop off some letters. So yeah, we were talking about board game mechanics. That's our topic for today. Hi Izzy, Catherine, thank you for joining on TikTok. Every week we do a live stream from the store. We share some updates. We talk about one specific topic, and we might do something fun down the road too, some other stuff. And again, if you're in the LA area and you want to come on the stream, let me know. Send me a message. And wherever you're watching from, again, we have a couple of viewers here on YouTube and TikTok, or YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. And we're streaming through a camera, or we're on TikTok. So we're just kind of hanging out, very casual stream, talking about board game mechanics. If you're watching live or watching the replay, share with us your favorite board game mechanic. The other mechanic in Meeples and Monsters, so again, I want to talk about this because it's a newer game. It came out probably like within a month, is worker placement. So worker placement is like, if you're familiar with Catan, has kind of a worker placement aspect to it. And essentially how Catan works, you roll the die. And if you have a house? I can't remember what they're called in Catan. But if you have that house on a space and you roll a die and that matches the die, you get a resource. So workers essentially go to a space on a board and you get a resource for that worker being on that space. So with Meeples and Monsters, you have the bag builder. You're throwing in different meeples and you draw out maybe a blue meeple. Now that blue meeple can only go to a specific spot on the board. And when you put it there, you get something special. Same with the other meeples. Those meeples also in the game, you can go out to fight monsters. So that's part of how you score points in the game as well. So again, Friday streams, if you got a question or if you have a topic you'd like us to cover in the future, let me know, leave a comment. Or if you'd like to join us on a Friday live stream, you can always do that too. All right. I'm just going to pull up here. We're going to look at our list of stuff that we're getting in the store too. That's something we talked about last week, as we shared some orders that came in. I think last week we got a big couple orders that came in, but I want to go over some orders we're expecting. So we're actually getting the new Astral Radiance Pokemon set this upcoming week. We should, anyways. I'm waiting for a notification from our distributor that it's in stock and they're ready to ship it. Usually we get that notification about Tuesday or Wednesday before the release. So that's Astral Radiance. That's coming in this week. I'm also looking up a list of games that we've taken pre-orders for. So usually when we do I guess not a pre-order. That's the wrong wording. So we take orders for, so they're games that maybe are out of stock currently, but we can order from our distributor. One we've got a request for, and I'm surprised we don't have it in stock. We should always keep it in stock, is Codenames, the original Codenames. So we're getting a couple more copies of that in stock. Another popular game has been Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza. We have a few copies of the reverse flip on the flip side, or on the flip side. So we're getting a couple more of the original. So I'm excited to get those back in stock. Tiny Epic Dungeons, we had a request for that game. I think it's a fairly new Tiny Epic game. Tiny Epic is in a series of board games. I've never played them. So if you've played them, let me know how they are. But we're getting a couple copies of Tiny Epic Dungeons. Set is a card game that's based on matching different sets of cards. I've never played it, but how the game was explained to me, you essentially have 4 different aspects to the card. It's shape, color, maybe number, and I don't remember if there's a fourth one there, or what the fourth one is. But there's definitely 4, and you have to get a set of all different colors, for example. But they cannot be, so they have to be all different colors, maybe, or all different shapes. And you create a set. I don't know exactly how it plays, but that's the gist of it. LG or IGX Bunny, thank you for joining on TikTok. We're getting some copies of set. It's a card game. And then Vagrant Song, which I was asked about this game, if we had it, if we could order it. I would love to hear from you if you're watching the replay about Vagrant Song, because I was a bit surprised that it wasn't being sold in many places online anyways, and it was in stock at our distributor, so we were able to order a couple copies. And they're a fairly popular company, Weird Games. I guess like they're mainly a miniature gaming company. Hi Nate, thank you for joining on TikTok. All right. So again, we are live on TikTok every Friday. We share some updates from the store. We just hang out and chat. And then we usually have a topic for the week. So again, if you're in LA and want to come on the stream, or even if you're not in LA and you want to just join us virtually, we would welcome that too. And we just hang out and chat for a little bit before we open up the store. Eventually, love to have people in the store during our live streams that would like to join us. I'm just talking about some games and some cards or products that we're expecting in. So mainly games. We're also getting some more Magic, some of the not older sets, but like recent older sets, like the Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. I think we got a booster pack of that, or booster box of that, or a couple, and Crimson Vow booster boxes too. So just a couple, the older recent sets that actually weren't as popular, but we'd like to have just some of them in stock in case anyone wants any of those sets, because we carry it like maybe the set booster, but not the draft booster. If you're familiar with Magic, those are 2 different types of booster packs. But that's really all I have for this week. Next week, we'll do another live stream. Again, we go live between, I would say, 9 and 11. We aim for 10 a.m. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and TikTok. Again, if you're interested in joining us down the road, let me know. Send me a message. We'd love to have others on the stream, either in store or virtually. And if you have questions for me or you'd like us to cover a specific topic, leave a comment too. But thank you for watching the stream this week, and we'll be back next week. Yeah, I'll save another update for next week. So we'll be back next week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next Friday.